You know all the hype surrounding the Capital One Savor Rewards card and how everyone seems to be talking about it and everyone's getting it and talking about the powerful duo of the Capital One Venture X and the Capital One Savor Rewards? Well, I feel like I'm missing out on it because Capital One has not been approving me for this credit card that I so desperately want. In this video, I'm going to break down the Capital One Savor Rewards card, why I want it, then walk through an actual step-by-step guide on the credit card application and stick around to the end to see if I actually get approved for this card that I've tried many times to get. So let's hop right into the overall breakdown of the Capital One Savor Rewards card, and make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already, if you like content like this. Let's get right into it. And when we first look at the Capital One Savor card category, there are two different cards that we're kind of talking about. One, the Capital One Savor Rewards, which is geared at people with excellent credit, and then the Capital One Savor Rewards for good credit. Both of these cards earn the same 3% cash back at restaurants, groceries, and streaming and entertainment, and then a 1% cash back in all other categories. But then they also earn elevated offers, one in the Capital One travel portal at 5% back, and then 8% back specifically on the entertainment within Capital One. Where they differ is that the Capital One Savor, which is geared at people with excellent credit, you get a $200 cash back in terms of a sign-up bonus after spending $500 in the first 3 months of card opening. The Capital One Savor Rewards for good credit does not have that intro sign-up bonus. And if you're watching this video and you're in college and you're a student, great news. Capital One currently has a limited time offer as of filming for the Capital One Savor Rewards card for students. It has the same no annual fee. It has the same 3% back on dining and entertainment and 1% back on other options, as well as a $100 cash bonus. Really, really tremendous options on these few different cards. The Capital One Savor card is exceptionally powerful because in an ecosystem, in a credit card world where so many credit card setups have the trifecta, where it's 3 cards looking at Chase and Amex, the Capital One setup is more geared at a 2-card setup, Capital One Duo with the Capital One Venture X and the Capital One Savor. Capital One Venture X is a $395 fee as of filming. Capital One Savor card is a no annual fee card. Where it really shines is you can move the miles that you earn that are technically called cash back on the Savor card. They're technically earned in miles, and these miles can be transferred to the Capital One Venture X and be able to take advantage of tremendous transfer partners. I have a full breakdown on how to utilize Capital One transfer partners in the video that I'll link here and you can check out at the end of the video. But it's really important to note that you can get outsized value by utilizing this versus a standard 1 cent per point when the miles are used on travel, or a little bit less than 1 cent per point when they're redeemed in cash back or Capital One redemptions for their miles. The Capital One Savor Rewards card also has an introductory period of 0% APR on your first 15 months, but we always want to pay our cards on time and in full. So it shouldn't even really be a driving force in why you want this card. All right, so now we're going to pop on over to Capital One's pre-approval website for the Capital One Savor. When it takes you through, this is a really good pre-approval form because it doesn't actually impact your credit score. We've talked a lot about in different videos on how it's kind of a myth that hard inquiries really drastically decrease your overall credit score, but you still want to be strategic when you apply for credit cards. So it's good to take advantage of the pre-approval forms when you can, because it doesn't result in a hard pull, especially on finicky providers like Capital One when they're really, really sometimes tricky to get approved for. So scrolling down, we answer a handful of few questions. They don't drastically impact the result of your pre-approval form, but what's most important to you, we'll do travel rewards, new card member offer. Those are things that are important to me. I'll be honest, give them some feedback. Next, you're going to actually fill out your legal name. So I'm going to do that now. And then on the next page of the pre-approval form, you're going to go ahead and put in your address. On page 4, you're going to go ahead and put in your email address and your phone number. And so I'm going to do that now. On page 5, you're going to let Capital One know your employment status, whether that's employed, self-employed, retired, student, unemployed, or other. So I'm currently employed, and we'll put in my occupation. Contrary to what you might think in terms of me being a YouTuber, I'm not. We're going to go ahead and put it in finance. On page 6, you're going to put in your overall financial snapshot. This is important in the sense that it kind of helps determine what your credit line and credit limit will be. You want to be honest on this page, but it's not necessarily something that you need to put down to the exact penny if you got some side hobbies and tallying all that up. And you want to be really close to directionally correct just in case you get checked. But in all my credit card applications, I've never actually been asked to verify this, but I don't want to be in a situation where I've lied on the application and that impacts it in some way. So you want to be honest here. On page 7, you're going to let Capital One know whether or not you have any bank accounts, whether checking and savings, checking only, savings only. So I'm going to go ahead and put checking and savings. Then on page 8, they're going to ask you if you're approved, do you intend to use it for credit card for cash advances? While it states an optional question, I'm going to go ahead and answer no. And then page 9, you're going to let them know about your citizenship. and then if you have any citizenship in another country. On the final page, you're going to let them know your date of birth, social security number, and also confirm that. So I'm going to go ahead and enter that. Now, the moment of truth. Like I talked about earlier, this is a card that I've had a really, really hard time getting approved for. Capital One doesn't like that I have a lot of different credit cards and that I have a lot of recent credit cards. So if we can pull this off, that would be really, really incredible. Fingers crossed. Just kidding. Last page, we're going to go ahead and do the final pre-approval forms and tasks and authorizations. I'm going to check off that I've read these. Go ahead and type it in English and go ahead and hit next. All right, one more click to see if I'm pre-approved. Dun, 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 processing pre-approval. Fingers crossed. Wow. Okay. So I am pre-approved, and I'm pre-approved for a few different cards. Obviously, the focus of this one is on the Savor Rewards. And what's important to note is that I was approved for the Savor Rewards for Great Credit and the one that gives you a $200 sign-up bonus, which is why we were targeting this. So spending $500 in the first 3 months of card opening, $200 in cash back. It's important to note that this cash back is actually earned in the form of miles, which can be redeemed and moved to the Capital One Venture X, which I hold, and be able to get outsized value from this. Really, really big stuff to get these key benefit earnings. And so we're going to go ahead and click continue. And we're going to actually accept this Savor offer. I'm going to scroll through this. Dun, 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 dun. And I'm going to go ahead and accept the offer. Can't believe it. It's going to result in a hard inquiry, and they state that we might need to verify information before opening the account. We're going to go ahead and accept the offer, processing it. I'm really excited, you guys. Like this is huge. Really, really excited about this Savor Rewards card. States that it's going to arrive in 7 to 10 business days. $10,000 credit limit, which is pretty good. Gonna help out the utilization front. 25.24% variable purchase APR. I already have an online account with my Capital One Venture X, so I'll be able to just link that all together and take advantage of everything online. They state that it's going to arrive in 7 to 10 business days, but I'm going to go ahead and call either tonight or first thing tomorrow morning and try to get that card expedited in 2 days. But really big win overall. Thank you to all the fans. Really excited for this one. This is going to be huge. So after the big win of being approved for the Capital One Savor Rewards card, I did call up customer service and unfortunately was informed that they don't expedite newly approved cards. They only will expedite cards if you're getting a replacement card, not a brand new one like I just was in this case. That's okay. I'll wait the 7 to 10 days to get the brand new card, but overall, I'm really, really excited about how this turned out because I can kind of close this chapter with Capital One. Yes, I'm going to continue to use and earn miles with my Capital One Venture X and my newly earned card, the Capital One Savor Rewards card, but I don't have to worry about getting approved for additional cards, at least at this point in time, because Capital One is really, really particular with people who have a lot of cards and a lot of recently opened cards. So being able to be approved for this card right now is really great because now I don't have to worry about how many cards I've opened recently when it comes to being approved for Capital One. And now I have the overly powerful Capital One duo with the Capital One Venture X and the Capital One Savor Rewards card. So if you want to see how the Capital One Savor Rewards card stacked up to the ever popular Amex Gold, you're going to check out the video right here. But if you want to check out some other credit card related video, check out the one right here. And thanks so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe and comment for more videos like this. Thanks so much, and I'll see you over there.